Hello guys, today I'm gonna talk about Maven. What is a Maven project? What we have seen earlier is like a simple Java project, but today we are going to talk about Maven project. Maven has its advantages over a simple vanilla Java project, right? So what are the advantages? Um Let me list out some of the advantages of Maven project over Java project. So let me go to the whiteboard. So Maven project. I hope the font size is okay and you are able to see. Yeah. So, what is a Maven project? Maven project is used in the industry, and simple Java project is not used in the industry. So far, we have seen only simple Java project. So, Maven project, what it does, it's Maven is actually a build management tool. Okay, it's called build management tool. So it's a tool basically. Many people think it's a design pattern, or many people think it's a framework. It's not a framework. It's not a design pattern. It's a tool. Okay. So what happens is, suppose a client comes to a company and says that I have to create a website. So the company says, okay, we will create the website, but in sorry, but in uh, uh, small chunks and those small chunks are called build. What is a build? So let's say that website has 5 pages. Sorry guys. So suppose that website has 5 pages. So first page is login page, and second page is dashboard, then other pages are there. So what developers do is that first they create the login page, and then they give that login page to the testers to test. Okay, then that is one build. Then again they create a dashboard page. That is another build. Then the process goes like developers develop a unit of the project, and then they give it to the testers to test that page. So it is called a build. So Maven is actually a build management tool. It is very easier in Maven project to write code, because it has like different packages for developers, different folders rather, for developers to write code, and testers to write code. We will see in practical. So, and also the advantages is that other advantage is that in simple Java project, we add jars, right? Simple, let me write simple Java project. What we do, we add jars here, and if we have to change the version of the jar, what we have to do, delete existing jar, download new jar, whatever version you need, and then add to the project. These 3 steps we have to do if we have to change the version or upgrade to a new jar. Okay, in Maven it is very easy. We just have to write the dependency, and this dependency is just 3 to 4 lines, and it contains group ID, artifact ID, and version. I'll show you in practical. And just change the version number, and it will download the whatever version you need from the central repository called Maven repository. to your local repository. It's in the M2 folder uh, on your system. It is locally downloaded into that folder from the central repository, and it is there. And whenever you want to update or upgrade to a new version, you just have to change, just have to type there the version number, and it will download the upgraded version. Okay. uh, Once I'll show you the practical, it will become very easy. So this is the advantage. And also, like I mentioned, it has different packages. So standard project structure, like developers have uh, there are different folders in which developers can write their code and keep their resources, like different files. And then there are different folder for testers, and they write their code in that, and they keep their resources there. Okay, so it's a fine segregation between where testers will write their code and where developers will write their code. So these are the two major advantage of using Maven project. There are others as well, like Maven is very easy to integrate with advanced tools like Git or Jenkins. Uh, but we will see that later. But in industry, Maven project is used over simple Java project. Okay, so we will see the practical now. Let's go ahead and see in Eclipse. So this is my Eclipse, just how to create a Maven project. Click here, right click here, new project, and Maven. Okay, you can see here Maven project. Remember to take this, create a simple project, and then next, and then group ID. You can name it anything. Group ID can be anything, name you choose, like but generally it starts with com or org. Okay, so I'll use com, and then give any name. What is the difference between group ID and artifact? I'll tell you. Artifact ID is the project name. Okay, whatever project name you want to give your project, whatever name, so you will write here in artifact ID. So I want to give it a name, uh, my first Maven project. Okay, and so this is like these are projects like logical. You can see here on the left, logical, Selenium, concept, string. These are project. So likewise, I have given my Maven project the name my first Maven project. And group ID are like group ID you give to any project uh, where you think that it is similar to another project. Like suppose I make another project here and give it name 2. So, and these two projects are similar, so I'll keep it under the same group. So group ID, what it does is that if you have similar projects, then you can use the same group ID for that. Suppose a company has uh, mm, bank clients, so several bank clients like HDFC, ICICI, or any other bank, like 4 or 5 banks they have. So what they do, they won't change the group ID for every project, right? They will just change the project name, and they will keep all the project in the same group. So this is what group ID is. I hope you understand. If you don't understand, just comment uh, below and let me know if you don't understand it. and I'll make a separate video for it. So now we'll go ahead with this and finish. Okay, you can see my first Maven project. Now, how to uh, ensure that you have created a Maven project correctly. You can see these folders. Okay, as I was talking about different folders dedicated for uh, developers and testers. So these are those different folders. Okay, so and this POM is the heart of Maven project. All the configuration, all the dependencies you will write here. So POM stands for project object model. Okay, so what we are going to do first is since we are testers, all the testers will write their code here, okay, in source test Java, and all the developers will write their code in SRC main Java, and they will keep their developers will keep their resources there, any file that they need, and the testers will write their code here, SRC test Java, and they will keep their uh, resources here in this folder. So now what we can do is go ahead and make a package here. Since we are testers, we will write code here, src test Java package com.test. Okay, give any name you want. Now I'll make a class in this. Demo. Demo first. Now I will use the test-ng library and write a test case here. Let's see what happens. Test. Let me increase the size. Yeah. Public void demo. You can see that this is telling me to add the test-ng library. We haven't created or we haven't added the test-ng library, so we will add it from here. We can add it differently also, like using build path and all, but it is giving me a quick solution here. So add test-ng library. So you can see that this test-ng has come here. So now we can import this so that we can use this. Okay, so now I'll just write a simple CSO statement. We are just learning the concept, so I'll keep it simple. So I am in demo first class. Okay, I'll save it. I'll create another class here, and I'll give it the name demo second at test public void demo 2. And I'll just print something. I am in demo second class. Okay, now is there any error, or we have to import the test-ng package here? Yeah, save it. Now what happens normally is we just right click here and run as test-ng. Okay, now in Maven project, what you have to do is uh, all the dependencies, like we haven't added, you must have noticed that we haven't added Selenium jar so far, right? So for that, we add dependency in this pom, that is pom.xml file. So uh, so that the advantages that I was talking about uh, is like, if you want to upgrade, then it is very easier in Maven. So I'll show you how. Dependencies, okay, and then dependency. And now, where will you get the dependency for Selenium jar? So let me share. This is Maven repository. Okay, so you just type here uh, Selenium, okay, Selenium Java, and you have to select the version number. So this is the most used one, as you can see, the usages. So this is the most stable and most used version of Selenium so far. So we will use this, and once you click there, you will get to this. Okay, so I'll just copy it, Control A, Control C, and I'll go back to my Eclipse, and okay, dependency tag I wrote twice, so I'll just delete one. Now you can see here we don't have any Maven reference library here. So what we will do, control as I press Control S to save, you will see the difference here. See, Maven dependencies is added, and we have used the version 3.141.59. So if we expand this, you can see the Selenium jar has been added. Okay, similarly, we can add test ng jar as well. How are we going to do that? Let's see. Test ng search. Yeah, this is the one we need. And again, how are you going to select which version to use? See, the maximum usage is 6.14.3. So we'll use this, and Control A, Control C, and we'll go back to Eclipse, and we will write another dependency, and just I copied it, so I'll just paste it. So, and you will see here there's no test ng. Now as I press Control S to save, you will see the test ng jar added here. Look on the left, see, test ng is added 6.41. Now the advantage over simple Java project is that if we want to change the version, we just have to change the version here, and automatically the new version will be added. In simple Java project, we have to delete the existing uh, jar and then download a new jar that you want and then add it to the project. What we do here is just change the version number and it will change. Okay, let me show you. So suppose I want 6.1 version. Okay, Control C, just change the version number. I copied the whole thing. Let's go back again to the Maven repository. Which version is this? 6.11, right? So 0.11. And as I save, you will see the difference. It is currently test ng jar is 6.14. You can see here, and we will just save it. You can see the test ng jar has been changed to 6.11. Okay, so it is that easy. So, but we are not using this version. So let's use another version which we used earlier. So it is 6.143. Okay, 6.14.3. So I'll just copy it, 6.143. See, we have currently test ng 6.11. Now as I save, you will see it is changes. It's that easy, guys. So now, since all the dependencies have been added, we have to run this Maven project. Now we will see how to run a Maven project. Right click on the project, run as Maven test. Okay, you will see something. I'll show you everything. It's showing me error. Okay, why? Build failure. We have to see build success. Okay, so it is build failure. What wrong we are doing here? So what is happening here is that first of all, if you want to run two classes, then what we have to do, use test.ng.xml file. Okay, we haven't created that firstly. So we will create that. But first, let me tell you that there's a small thing that if you write, add the word test in your classes, then Maven will detect that it is a Maven class it is a class in Maven, and it will execute it. It is ignoring these two classes right now, demo first and demo second. So let me rename it, and add test word to it. Okay, rename demo first, test, finish, change. Okay, so now I will run the project, and you will see something. Okay, Maven test. Build failure again. Okay, compilation error and all. Now what is happening here is that we have to give test ng add another test here also. Refactor, rename, test. Okay, it might give me error again. So what we're gonna do, I'll show you next. Okay, so run as, yeah, you can see fail to execute, build failure, two errors. Okay, we have written two methods, so it is given me two errors. Okay, fine. So what we're going to do is first create the test.ng file. How to create a test.ng file? Right click on the project, test.ng, and then convert to test.ng. Finish. Go to source. This is what we need. Okay, so here are the two classes that we have written. Okay, now the thing is we have to integrate pom.xml and testng.xml. Okay, now in Maven project, pom.xml is the heart of a Maven project. Every configuration, every dependency you have to write here. So how to integrate testng and pom.xml. Okay, so in pom.xml we will integrate testng.xml. How are we going to do that? Just under the version, just outside the dependencies tag. Okay, just so we will integrate pom and test.ng xml. Okay, so for that you can just go to Google and you can type on in Google Maven Surefire plugin. Okay, to integrate pom and testng.xml. So this is what we need. Okay, I'll using XML, using suit XML file, sorry. This one will use, copy it, and we'll paste it here. Now, why it is giving me error? Because we have to write certain tags before it, like build. And then close here, not here. Build. This is plugins, 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 build, invalid element name. So don't worry about it. What we have to do is uh, okay, guys, so I just figured out what the issue is. So we haven't closed the build tag here properly. So I'll close it. You just have to give a forward slash or backslash who it is. Okay, so this is how XML files work. Just like HTML, you have to open, once you open a tag, you have to close it. So now I'm gonna uh, save it, and where are classes and test java in com.test packages. Okay, so now we have successfully integrated pom and test ng. Okay, you can see here, you don't have to, guys, you don't have to memorize this. You just type on Google how to uh, integrate pom and test ng using Surefire. Okay, so you will get the you go to any website, you will find this code. Okay, and if you can't, just comment, I'll share this code with you, or to which website you have where you should go. Okay, as you can see, uh, the build is successful and total tests run are 2. Okay, and the failures are 0 and skip uh, 0, errors are 0. So total tests run are 2. So this is the first test case that ran, and this is the second test case that ran. Okay, so I hope you understood the Maven project, its advantages, and so I'll run the project, run as Maven test. Build success, test run 2. So these are the 2 tests. In demo first, there's 1 test, and in demo second, there's another. Okay, so build is successful, and guys, if I stopped sharing, there was an error in this pom.xml file. So what was the error? I didn't use the closing tag here, so that was the error, and so I corrected it, and there was no error in the pom.xml. So what we have done is integrated pom and test.ng.xml, and then we have added dependencies of Selenium jar and test.ng, and now it's working. I explained you everything, what are the advantages of using dependencies, and this is how you run a Maven project. In industry, only Maven project is used. Simple Java project is not used. So I hope you understand this Maven project. This is just the basic. I'll create another video to explain further what are the intricacies, what are the little details about everything. Again, SRC test Java, this is for testers. SRC main Java, this is for developers. They will create a package and they will then create a class there in that package, and they will start writing their code there. Okay, and this is SRC test Java is for testers. So I hope you understood everything, and I'll now stop and see you next time.